Howdy folks, welcome to episode 2. I've been doing some busy work here, and first I wanted to show you there's a new alien type here. If I keep hearing him, if I can find him. Let's see. There it is. Can you see him right there? So yeah, there's a new alien type. Let's see if I can get him to come over this way. There we go. Ha ha ha, you can't get up here. It makes the sound of a dying lamb. Okay, that's interesting. And now you can see why I do not record at night if I can at all avoid it, because as you can see, it's pretty much impossible to see anything. Huh, bandages, okay, cool. They give you items and stuff, huh? I guess I need to eat too. I should probably do that. But yeah, one of the other things, you want to avoid night at the very beginning of the game because the nastier things come out at night. Some of the things only come out at night, spawn at night. Now the first night, I think they don't, at least they used to not spawn, like the plant monsters and stuff. The hostile mobs did not spawn during the first night, but they did spawn during I think the second night and afterwards. But anyway, before it's daytime, I just wanted to show you, I took out the whatchamacallit, the cargo boxes that were over here, and I also removed all of the electronics. So I built a remove tool. So I took out all the electronics up here and upstairs, and I took out the cargo boxes that were up here after I emptied them out. And so I got a bunch of stuff crafted. I put all my supplies in here, and I built, let's see, I crafted a water generator, which we need to go place sometime soon, and I've got the wood planks crafting into blocks here. As you can see, I picked up some lights, and I made an assault rifle and bullets. I also made stairs and a door, and I can use these blocks and the stairs and the door to close off this end, and I also want to close off the holes in the rest of the thing, in the rest of the base. Now, I also, what you want to do is you want to set up an oxygen station, and you need an oxygen tank to put your oxygen supplies in. Okay, those are part of your base, and also a medic station, which you stand in it, it gives your health back, which is nice. And speaking of oxygen, I ran the entire last episode, I ran around the entire time with my helmet on. Now when you have your helmet on, if you can see the dark outline around the edge of the screen, that is now an indicator, that's new too. That's an indicator that your helmet is on. So that should be a little bit helpful. The other thing you want is a clone chamber. And what that does is that sets your spawn point so that, here, let me take this block out. And it sets your spawn point so that when you get killed and you respawn, you can respawn at that location, which is pretty nice. So let's see. I just ran out of power. Nice. Okay, let's see. I know I have, there we go. Okay. Promethium packs here. Put those in there. Alright. There we go. And let's see how much power we have. We have 1 hour and 5 left. And that's going because this thing consumes a lot of wattage while it's constructing. When it stops constructing, it stops actually using power too. So that's nice. But yeah, you can actually use up your stuff constructing, so you got to be careful about that. So anyway, this is our clone chamber, and I'm not sure if you use it, if you have to do anything to use it, or if you can just tell it when you die, when you can tell it to respawn or what. Anyway, the other thing we want is a medic station, so we can set that here and put all our stuff over here. We can cluster all of our stuff. I don't need a corn dog here. And we can put our oxygen station here. And we can put our oxygen tank right there. So what this does is after you've taken damage, you stand in this and it gives you health back. Now your oxygen station, you want to go to this and put these oxygen bottles. Again, you can hold shift click to fill it all up when you have a large tank. You don't have to click one at a time. And then in order to fill up, you just hit T and it will fill up your oxygen using the bottles in there. Now your base, if you hit P again, it will also show you how much oxygen you have in all of your tanks put together. So if you go to any of your oxygen stations, you can refill, all the tanks connect to each other. And so you can do that. And another thing that's new is the lights. If you point at a light and you press P, it will show you can choose the color of the light, which color you want it to be, and I like mine to be white. And they also added an intensity, which is pretty cool. You can change how bright they are, and you can change the range. So I wanted to see if, yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's see if I can turn to the side here and see how much difference that makes. Yeah, that does light up over here. It lights up over there. I almost pointed at it with my finger, but you guys can't see that. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to set up this light as well, and we'll make this one white and full intensity. And there's also still a bug. You notice that there's a blue corona on it still, even though I changed it to white. Now when you turn it off and turn it back on, now it will, as you can see, do that. So it looks like it's almost done. And the other thing I wanted to do was, I think I'm just going to do this wall right here. So I'm going to take these blocks, and I'm going to, the other thing I wanted to do was put a door in first, so that the blocks don't block off the door. And let's see, I want the door to be here. And then I'm going to put my wood blocks. Now when you click to place a block and then you slide your mouse across, it will go on whichever axis. If you stand on the same axis as the mouse, it will screw up. So you want to stand to a diagonal so that you can choose if you want to go this way or if you want to go this way. And then what you can do is you hold down the control key and you can make a plane instead of just a line. So now when you let go, and what just broke? Huh. Okay, that was weird. Let's see. Let's do the structural integrity. Something has some bad structural integrity there. Okay. So anyway, there is that. We'll turn that back off so we can see. And the other thing I wanted to do was put stairs here so that we can, here we go. So now I can put a long wedge here. I like the long wedge. It's easier to walk up, and that's interesting. It takes two. And then the other thing I wanted to do, it doesn't the stairs, sorry, the stairs does not use 2 blocks in order to make the long 2-block wide wedge, which is interesting. But anyway, the other thing I wanted to do was put lights on this wall so that I can see when I'm outside. And we'll put that one up there. And I want to make these all the way bright and all the way ranged. And same thing for this one. No? Oh, I'm not standing on the base, that's why. Okay. So I'm going to do that with this one. And make it all the way. Okay. And then the other thing we can do here is we have the color tool and we have a texture tool. And so I can choose a texture. Instead of making this look like it's wood, I can choose a texture and I can put on a metal texture so that it looks a little bit nicer. So, and that's interesting, is you can't choose all of the same metal textures for blocks. Huh. Okay, you can't put a metal texture on a wooden block. Or at least all of them anyway, because, yeah, because see, like these, you can, you can put on, see, you can put on these, for example. But on this one, on this block, Yeah, you can't put on the warning things. Huh, interesting. Okay, well, I'm going to... Why don't we make him look like a tile then? It's interesting. I did not know that. Weird, wild stuff. Okay, and so I'm going to paint that. I'll figure out how to make it not look so horrible. Because that's horrible. And interestingly, the structural integrity has at least one bug, because that piece right there is hanging for some reason. It didn't detach. A couple times when I was breaking out the metal, the electronics pieces, that thing broke. And yeah, I'll figure out what the texture of those later. So I'll leave those for now. But yeah, when I was up here taking these things out, the end started falling off. So let me see if I can... Yeah, okay. And probably don't care about these blocks, so I'll take them out and close this end up. Okay, so the other thing that I wanted to do, I'll do the rest of that cleanup off camera. So the other thing I wanted to do was I wanted to get an oxygen and water supply going. And since this is a survival game, and I already took it out of the constructor, so here we go. We have a water generator, and we have an O2 generator. Now the other thing I should probably do is generate some more fuel packs, since I am... Yeah, why don't we do 10 of these? Okay, 20 of those. Okay, I'm going to generate some fuel packs while we're out running, and we can go do this. And I did bring the assault rifle with me, yes. Okay, so I'm going to switch that for this, and I'm going to load that up. And we're going to head out toward this water here. Here's a Triceratops. I love the noises. The ambient sounds are new in the alpha, so they're it's a lot richer experience now. It used to be pretty barren and quiet, so this is really cool. Anyway, we are going to run over to the water and see if we can get our water, and yep, we're almost there. Our water generator and our oxygen generator. Now, if you were on another planet where most of the planets you can't breathe the atmosphere, and so you need... Is that another one of these guys? Oh, cool. Okay. Anyway, most planets you don't have oxygen that you can breathe, so you need to find water in order to generate oxygen. And so far, that's the only way you can generate oxygen. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our oxygen generator. There's our water generator, and we're going to put this in here. Now what you're going to do is you're going to put in a fuel pack, and it will tell you status on, source quality is 80%. So this will go for 20 minutes and make a bottle every 2 minutes. So that's 10 bottles. So basically you can, now again, you can fill it like this if you want to, with you hold shift, while you hold shift click. Apparently you can't empty it the same way, which is kind of weird. And the other thing we want to generate is water, and because water you use to make some of your food and other stuff like that. So we're going to get this going, and those are our two supplies, and so it looks like the O2 generator is working as well. And I read some bugs on the forum that said that they didn't work, so I'm going to have to come back and check them and make sure they still work. But it looks like they're at least saying they're working, so that's a good start. So I'm going to head back to the base and get a little more of this busy work done, and I will see you guys in a minute. Okay guys, we're back, and as you can see I found a decent texture that hides the wood blocks so they don't look so ridiculous in here. And what I did was I put in a front door so that you can get out this side. Now I had to put a couple of columns up to support the structural integrity so that the thing didn't just fall apart. And so I've got that there, and over here, let me quickly this is how the med station works. quickly do that because I had a little whoopsie. And so I did the same thing on the back. I painted those up. And the other thing we need to do, since this is a survival game, is we need to get some food. And I thought there were some dinosaurs around here. I can hear them. So we'll go grab some. There we go. There's some dinosaur. There we go. Okay, so you shoot them and you get meat, and you can use the meat in your constructor to make steaks. There's another dinosaur over there. He's a little far. Is that one there? That's a triceratops. They're a little big. The triceratops are a little harder to kill. Now what you can do is you can run around and collect those corn dogs. If you're just running across Akua, you can actually pretty much sustain yourself indefinitely by just collecting food as you walk. Here we go. Now the little ones will run away. The big ones will actually come at you. So there we go. That should do us for a little bit. And since I haven't built a food processor yet, collect fiber too. Since I haven't built a food processor yet, I need to do this in here. And so what we can do is we can go to food and put these in here. And you can make grilled steaks or salamis. Now the real difference is the perish time. So you want to do that. You want to use salamis at the beginning. You pretty much go through, a lot of people anyway, or at least I do, go through 3 phases. In 4 actually. It's the corn dogs, and then the salami, and then next is the canned food, and after that is the emergency rations, because you have to have quite a few things to make the emergency rations. But they're nice because you can stack them, so you can carry around pretty much a lifetime supply of food in one inventory slot instead of having to fill up your inventory with food. So it's great for when you're raiding and you want to not have to bring, you bring 4 of those with you while you're raiding, and you have plenty of food to last you through the whole raid, and you're not using up your inventory that you could use to be bringing back loot. So there we go. There's our salamis, and apparently it's still, apparently it's still doing that bug where it doesn't show the progress all the way. So there we go, and let's see, jetpack. So yeah, there we go, and let me go check the oxygen, and I will meet you guys over by the oxygen tank. Okay guys, we're back, and here is the water generator. As you can see, we got 13 water jugs, so that's working, and the oxygen generator is working. We have more jugs there as well. Cool. So we can get those, and let's see, I think there's supposed to be stuff under the water. Let's see if we can find any of it. There's supposed to be... I'm hearing one of those roaring thingies, the walking dudes. So yeah, there's seaweed under here, and I think the seaweed is what you use to make the fuel for the... Yeah, cool. Seaweed's what you use... Ooh, what's that? What is that? The seaweed's what you use to make fuel for the chainsaw. So, ooh, that's cool. What is it? Blue crystal. Awesome. I like it. Alien thorn? Huh, okay. I haven't seen those looking like that. They've changed some of the graphics on this. Because they used to be... Hey, oops, and is this another? That's another alien thorn. Huh. Yeah, those used to look quite different. Okay, and ooh, there's more blue crystals. Okay, cool. So apparently that's how you power your warp drive. Is you need to collect these and you craft them into the whatchamacallit, the other things. None of these expire and... Nope. Okay. So the seaweed stacks as well. Alright. And when you're going across water, what you want to do is you can hit W and D at the same time, the diagonal strafe, and you'll go faster than if you're just going forward. So you can get there faster if you're impatient like me and don't like spending an hour walking across everything. So there we go, and I'm going to head home. So that's going to be it for episode 2. Join me in episode 3, and I think we're going to go get some resources. I think we need to do some exploring and go find some iron and get some fuel and some silicon and a bunch of that stuff. So why don't you join me in episode 3, and we'll see you then. Later.